We'll begin this conversation taking a quote first from Miguel de Cervantes, who once said, "Every tooth in a man's head is more valuable than a diamond." Absolutely spot on. My next quote is from Dr. Seuss, once said that feet are always in style. What does that even mean? I'll take my next one. And this one is from Henry Boyd, once said, "There are 3 proven rules for good teeth. Brush after every meal, see your dentist twice a year, and mind your own business." How does that have anything to do with taking care of your teeth or your oral health? All right, my next one is from Charles Gordy, who once said, "A smile is an inexpensive way to change your looks," and I agree with that one. My next one will be from Johnny Carson. "Happiness is your dentist telling you it won't hurt and then having him catch his hand in the drill." I agree with that one. All right, my last one from Mallory Hopkins, who once said, "Life is short. Smile while you still have feet." Don't you agree with that one, or don't you just love this quote? Let's see how this quotes relate to what we'll be discussing tonight. Very warm greetings and welcome to The Conversation. We're reaching you from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. My name is Annabelle Oji. Today, we'll turn our attention to oral health as Nigeria is joining the rest of the world to commemorate World Oral Health Day. And I will be talking to 2 persons. My first guest is a representative of World Health Organization, and also I will be talking to Olamide Alhassan, who is KAFTAN TVs Health Correspondent. But let's go on this quick break, and when we return, we'll continue this conversation on oral health. Ladies and gentlemen, this is The Conversation. Welcome back. If you just joined us, this is The Conversation, reaching you from KAFTAN's television studio here in the nation's capital, Abuja. Now, my next guest is Olamide Alhassan, who is our health correspondent, and we will be talking about oral health. Great to have you on the show, Olamide.
I'm so happy to be here, and I'm trying to smile. You know, you said we should smile when we see our teeth. Really? You look great.
Yes, you look good. I love your hair.
Thank you.
And I love your...
Gengen Chick did this. So I'm happy to announce it.
Oh, thank you. And I love the fact that you had to put is it slip on?
Okay. Today I just didn't want to look too serious, and I wanted to look serious, and I just wanted to just be simple and at the same time be a bit serious. So I decided to put this on, and I think it's not bad.
Yes, it's not bad. It's working.
Yeah. Everybody tends to make fashion statements these days. So here I am making
whatever works for you, right?
Exactly.
Right. All right. Now let's talk about oral health, how to take care of your teeth, because like you said, we heard from Mallory Hopkins, who said that smile when you still have teeth. And then in my mind, I'm just remembering our parents, or when you get old, all those packing your teeth together, and then when you just get old, you're like, oh, you want to now smile when there's nothing there.
Aside the old age thing,
yeah,
one of my siblings actually, she lost one of her tooth, and then she had this gap teeth, and then she now lost one tooth in front, and then it became excessive. So at that point, whenever she wants to smile, she'll just, even if everything around her is funny, she'll just carry this expression. Why can't you smile properly? Because you don't have your tooth, until they had to take her to see a dentist, and then, got her bristles, and then she can now smile because she has it. So when you said smile while you still have your teeth, I'm like, of course, you don't know the value of having your teeth. So that's why we all smile, please. And of course, smiling and laughing actually elongates our lives. So why shouldn't we laugh very often? So I think I agree.
Just because she said that, now let me just open my smile from chin to chin. Actually, I've got good dentition. All right, because you talked about your cousin who had to go and put her teeth in order. So I've seen some people who say, okay, I have a gap tooth, but I don't like it because I feel like it makes me look childish. So now they had to go and put in the ions and the bristles and all of that. So do you think that is anything wrong with having a smile and then you just see one gap tooth and it's looking like, pew?
Okay, I don't think it's a bad idea. It's a matter of choice. And I feel like whatever you're not comfortable with, you can always adjust, so long as it is, in line with your doctor's approval. And I think that we have a couple of celebrities who have gone to close their gap teeth. I think someone like Pere, I think that's the name we know him to be, Pere from Big Brother. He actually closed his gap tooth. And if you see his dentition now, really beautiful. We have the likes of Bisola Ayola, who had her dentition was not proper, and then she went back. She said she wore braces for 13 months just to correct it. These are some of the very few things that you can correct without health hazards, you know. But I don't know of other things, but when it comes to dentition, at least you have that opportunity to actually correct them. So I don't think it's a bad idea, especially because they will have no health, you know, implications. That's according to your doctor's advice, of course.
All right, so now let's look at someone like Tiwa Savage. I hear some people say, oh, I love that kind of teeth. What do you think about it?
It's so cool. I don't know if she's actually had to touch it before. But another thing that we must know is that these people with their shiny, bright white teeth, they actually take very good care of it. They polish it. They do all those things. They have regular dentist appointments. A lot of Nigerians, I'm never going to lie to you, have probably never, ever visited a dentist. They don't even know what it means to polish your teeth. They don't even know anything like that. Some people don't even floss after eating. So they just feel like toothpick is enough. No, there are some hidden, you know, foods that is hiding somewhere that needs to come out. Some people don't know how to maintain that kind of oral health. Some persons, when you get to their homes, they don't even have, if you ask for dental floss over toothpick, they'll be like, it's toothpick I have. They don't have dental floss, so which means they don't use it.
Okay, so now talk to us on the importance. What do you think are the importance of having a dental floss rather than having a toothpick? Because some people still pick their teeth with their hands, while some people still prefer to use the normal toothpick. But some people now know that, oh no, I think dental floss is more healthier. What do you think in this regard?
Well, in my opinion, I think when you look at the functions of toothpick and that of dental floss, they are two different things. And dental floss, the shape, what it looks like, it has this very tiny rope that can penetrate everywhere. Everywhere, exactly the point. But not all toothpicks can penetrate. In fact, when you use toothpicks now, before the very pointed edge, by the time it gets into your teeth and you don't have spaces in between, before you know it's broken. And then that's the end of that particular toothpick. But your dental floss has the very sharp edge and that tiny rope that helps you get rid of every food that is stuck anywhere, because those are the things that actually stays in your mouth and then begin to cause mouth odor. This food just tends to stay there and they're stuck, and you're not checking, you're not trying to take them off, and before you know, in years to come, you start having that maybe beneath your gum, just above your gum, beneath your teeth, the root of your teeth. You begin to notice that it's becoming brownish of some sort because you're not taking that extra attention to take them off. It's not just about brushing twice a day or something. It's not just about that. You need to take this extra care, especially with dental floss. I feel like it is one of the prerequisites for every home. Every dining table should have it. So people know that when you finish eating, just pick up one, clean your teeth and be fine.
Great. All right, since we're still talking about maintaining a very good oral health, I hear you talk about mouth odor. And then someone said, if you're someone that talks too much, probably someone in our kind of profession that talks a lot, that you should always have a gum in your bag, either a gum or a sweet or a menthol, so at least just to put some freshness in your mouth. Do you agree with that?
I totally agree with having gum, but on top of that, I feel like you should always drink a lot of water.
Okay.
Water helps you. Not everybody chews gum, but take plenty of water. When you finish eating, it's important that you drink water. Take water per time. I've never seen someone who takes a lot of water and will still have mouth odor. No. So that's why when people say drink a lot of water and mind your business, it is important to drink a lot of water, because water does a lot of things for you aside from the oral health. It takes care of your entire health in general. So make water a habit aside chewing gum, because sometimes we can't be having this interview and be chewing gum.
Right.
But at least we can drink water.
Right.
So water keeps your breath very fresh. So over gum, because not everybody wants to chew gum. There are some people that feel like, I don't like gum, or I don't like taking any mentholated sweet or whatever, but at least everybody can drink water. So on the average level, water helps you keep your breath very, very fresh.
Okay, so when we were talking to Dr. Yuka, one of the WHO officials, she talked about sugar. Avoid sugar, avoid alcohol, avoid tobacco. But then I remember asking that if you are, let's bring it back home, Nigeria, a lot of people would always stay on alcohol or tobacco and all of, even sugar, because in fact, there was recently, I even saw some people even cooking their yam with sugar, cooking beans with sugar. So that's to tell you how much we love sugar. So if people that find themselves in this, on this table right now, they already know that, oh, me, I cannot do without sugar. So how do you think that they can at least, if you cannot avoid sugar, if you cannot avoid taking alcohol, if you cannot avoid taking tobacco, but at least you need to maintain a good oral health, what else can they do?
I think in that kind of case, the sugar would be likened to taking a lot of sweet things, even chocolates and all of that. And it even starts from children. A lot of parents don't maintain their children's oral health. You see them giving them chocolates even late in the night, and then they go to bed like that. Some of them don't even brush. In fact, from as little as a year, in fact, I think children have toothbrush from as early as 3 months old. They have silicone brush that you can use to brush their tongues, because over time, as they keep suckling on the breast, they have this white patch on their gum, on their tongue. So you can easily just use the silicone brush, insert it in your fingers, and just rub their tongue just to get it cleaned up. You know, that's an avenue to actually.
Okay, so for those that cannot afford it, so I had to put in there, because I remember then they used to use cotton wool.
Yes, that's also
that works too.
Cotton wool is a bit on the risky side now, because you no longer find very good ones. You find them, you know, coming off, and then you can have some in the baby's mouth. So you can use a very clean towel.
Okay.
Put it in water, and then, you know, just clean off that, just dedicate that particular towel for mouthwash. Okay. And then use it to clean the tongue and all of that. That's very possible. Then maybe as they grow, you can afford that silicone brush, because it's the cheapest thing you can buy in a general hospital. I don't know about private hospitals, but general hospitals have come to subsidize some of these things that you can easily afford them. I don't want to mention the particular price, but they are very affordable. So you can easily get them for your wards, maybe below 1. And then from 1, there are toothbrush for 1 to 6 years that you can get. They're very soft, and you can use them for your children. So which means that if they probably had chocolate or sweets, some of them you give them sweets, they chew it, they don't lick it. They chew it, it gets stuck. You have to remember to use toothbrush to brush their teeth, and make sure it is twice a day, because the habits they form today is what they will live by tomorrow.
Most definitely.
So then following up some of these qualities would help them clean off their mouth properly, and then avoid that kind of odor. Then coming back to the sugar consumption is for people that eat a lot of sweet things, chocolates and all of that. It just gets stuck somewhere in between. So we must learn to, aside brushing our teeth twice a day, we also have mouthwash.
Yeah.
You could just use it to rinse through your mouth. And ensure that, I always say it, please always floss. No matter what you do, always floss. Flossing is very good for your oral health. And then those that take alcohol, I don't know how they cope, because I try to imagine, I've had to sit beside a guy in a cab, and then he was drunk. I couldn't even stand him talking. So it was just like, could you not talk to me? Maybe someone like that, before you get to your homes, you know you have already gotten to that kind of stage. Water can help you. Maybe mentholated gum or anything would help you get out of. If you notice, some persons that smoke, they always use mentholated gum. They try to use it to keep the, you know, the smell away for maybe people that use tobacco. But that does not mean that you have been able to take care of that particular, you know, odor that could have come out, or you feel like you're already safe for the day. You must still get home, brush your teeth properly, and then probably even use mouthwash on top of it. You can brush your teeth, you can put your mouthwash, and then rinse your mouth. Take plenty of water. I think that way you'll be able to get rid of that mouth odor for that moment.
Great, absolutely spot on. All right, so now, why exactly do you think that we need to set aside a day to talk about our oral health, especially March 20th?
You see, I feel like, I don't really know why March was chosen, but knowing that we have to set a day aside is very, very important, because a lot of times, I don't know if you've ever been in that situation where you're talking with someone and you can't stand them because of the kind of odor that is coming out, and you're asking yourself, how do I, you can't, it's the most offensive thing to tell someone. You can't easily tell someone that, can you, it's hard. Like, I don't know how to explain it.
Tell the person that you have body odor.
Exactly. Well, you see, for body odor, you can easily buy perfume and gift the person. You know, it's easy to gift someone perfume. So if you find someone in that kind of case, like I've had someone in that kind of case before, and what I did was I bought deodorant and perfumes as gift, and I gave it to the person. So it didn't matter. The person didn't even understand. Hey, that's easy. But when someone has mouth odor, will you buy them toothpaste
and brush?
By the time you buy them toothpaste and brush, you're already sending a message. So it's so hard. But days like this are the days that people get an opportunity to talk about it. And some way, somehow, somebody listens and they're like, maybe this is true. Or even if they did not know they had it, at least they will now learn a new habits, you know, to help them curb the mouth odor. And then they would, by the time they start following some of these habits, before you know it, they're already on track.
Great. All right. So now someone was saying that if you want to brush, actually a dentist said if you want to brush your teeth, that you must take the brush and just swipe, 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 and that's it. Do you agree? Well, you here in Nigeria, we always like,
I'll see somebody that's brushed for 10 minutes. I'm serious. Like, I was having a conversation and somebody said, one man was saying, you people that your mouth is always smelling, you know. I saw it on the virtual streets, and it was like, you people that your mouth is always smelling. Remember to always brush your teeth. Make sure you concentrate on your teeth. Brush it for like 10 minutes. And I was like, So we even go to a general store and say, I want hard toothbrush. Is it more you are trying to solve? Like, really? Sometimes I'm wondering, that doesn't make your mouth clean. So I do not support that. But people have that thought that you have to scrub and scrub. And there are also people in the old school of thoughts that believe that toothbrush, toothpaste will not help you.
It has to be pako.
Pako. Like
chewing stick.
Chewing stick, and that's what they call pako. Like, get it, use it to scrub everything. They were saying in the olden days they used to have smelly mouth. I said, we were not there, so we don't know. What if you people had? And people could never develop the courage to tell each other that, sorry, your mouth is smelling. Because these days too, we have it, but some people are bold enough to tell you your breath is not fresh.
Yes, especially children of these days.
Thank you. Your breath is not fresh. That's the way they, try to package it. So not as against telling you that, So just can you just take water? I think your breath is not fresh. And like, that doesn't sound really offensive. That's the best way they just try. But in the days of old, when you're telling us that pako is better than using toothbrush nowadays, are we sure that if we didn't have that scenario, and you probably didn't know how to tell each other that, sorry, you're... So basically, I think that it is important to brush your teeth with the right toothpaste.
Okay.
I don't know how to explain it, but I think I had a guest one time that talked about a particular, I must have missed it, but he mentioned that there had to be a particular component present in your toothpaste. I can't remember precisely, but if it's present in your toothpaste, you can as well use it. So not all the time. Some people say we're using salt to brush. No, that doesn't help you. Doesn't give you that
charcoal.
freshness.
Do you agree with charcoal?
Well, I don't know if it's scientifically proven, but you see some of those things that were grandmothers know how to mix and all of that. Those things work, but we cannot prove it. So I don't know if we should believe it or not. But some persons say it works, but it can't give you freshness. Even if you use charcoal to brush and it's clean, you don't get that very freshness.
Actually, I think they now have charcoal toothpaste.
Yes,
now.
But it has a bit of small spirit inside. That's what I want to call.
All right. So for you now, is it? Do you agree? How many minutes is better? 2 minutes? Because I remember when I was brushing my teeth with my brother, and the next day he said, just now you're done. So, like, what's the duration? What do you think is the duration?
Have I ever checked? Maybe 2 minutes should be fine.
Okay. Because
I don't know why you're brushing for 10 minutes. I don't know. Is it from where you're busy scrubbing in the market? I don't know. But away from joking around, I think 2 minutes should be fine. Okay. I don't know what you'll be doing for 10 whole minutes, but maybe individual differences. Except maybe you think you've gone to see your doctor and your doctor says, make sure you brush for up to 20 minutes because what I'm seeing here cannot be taken away. But if you go to your dentist regularly, you polish your teeth, they do your scaling and all of that. I don't think you want to stay brushing for 20 minutes. You're already very clean.
Okay, so now I just remember when I had toothache, that pain is something else. Because like I always hear some people say that aside labor pain, tooth pain is the next thing that can take you out of this world in 1 minute. So I don't know have you actually seen someone who has tooth pain and then he was asked to go and extract the tooth? What was it like for you?
Well, I had a sibling.
Maybe being around someone that had such.
My sibling, I have a sibling that had to take out one of his teeth one time. But I remember, I'm trying to imagine because you said after labor pain is tooth pain. I've experienced labor, so now I'm trying to imagine that. So after this one, that means it must be really serious.
No, it is.
I believe it to be true because I remember that he would never sleep. He would scream, he would roll on the floor, so I felt like, why are you such a baby? Like, I didn't understand. And he would even find it so difficult to talk.
That pain is something else.
I didn't know it was that bad because I had never experienced that kind of pain in my life. And I was like, so nowadays I'm beginning to say, oh, thank you, God, that I did not have to go through this. But he was not okay until he took out a tooth. But what is so unfortunate about it is that once you take out one, you have the tendency of taking out more.
Yes, yes.
That's another thing. Because it was now demanding him to take out more. So I had to just tell him, I said, see a dentist. Let this be your culture.
Okay.
Let it be your oral culture so that you would always go to see a dentist. And then if not, by the time you know, you've taken out everything and your mouth is empty. So just have an habit of always seeing a dentist, letting them know, okay. So they'll keep checking and they'll keep telling you what to do and what not to do. There are some habits that we form that are our own making, that we are our own personal problems that begins to bring some of these things, they begin to stem up. If you notice, sometimes if you eat, if you've ever had the experience like I have, if you eat and meat gets stuck in your teeth and you forget to pick it out, by the time you wake up the next day, you have a lot of pain.
Most definitely, yeah.
So
and it starts smelling.
Exactly. So it's our own fault. So we sometimes put ourselves in the situations where we get to feel some of these things and we're just prone to it because we put ourselves there. So if we decide to make it a habit to see our dentist, like you said, twice a year, it makes life even better. Every 6 months. Before you know it, it doesn't even cost a thing. And like they say, precaution is usually cheaper, very, very cheaper than cure.
Yeah, great. All right, our time is fast spent, but before we let you go, let's get your last words to people, especially with regards to commemorating World Oral Health Day, to that parent who has a child, a toddler, or to that parent also, and then to every one of us as we commemorate World Oral Health Day.
All right, because it's World Oral Health Day and they say happy teeth is a happy body, which means that we should learn to take care of our health, our oral health, and our health starts from our mouth because our mouth is where we take in everything we take in. So as parents, as guardians and everything, I want to first of all concentrate on children. Please take care of your children's oral health. They've not gotten to the stage where they can decide and tell you what they want for themselves yet. So which means that you have to take extra care, pay more attention to them. Try to give them what they need by brushing their teeth twice a day. They are probably too small for you to be able to floss for them, but ensure that you brush their teeth, their tongue, clean them properly twice a day. And for adults out there, please ensure you drink a lot of water. The same thing goes for children. Please give them water intermittently. Don't wait for them. Just keep giving them water because they are still at the stage where they cannot come and make requests. But water is good for their oral health. The same thing towards adults. If you drink, you smoke, you eat a lot of sugary things, in as much as they are also injurious to your health, reduce them. But learn to take a lot of water. Learn to use your dental floss. Every home, please, from henceforth, pledge with me that I pledge that I will go to the market today and I'll buy dental floss and I'll keep it on my table for easy access and easy use and never ever forget to floss.
Thank you so much, Olamide Alhassan. It's been a wonderful time having this talk with you.
Me too. Thank you so much for having me.
Great. All right. I'm sure you must have heard all that she said. We've been chatting with Olamide Alhassan, who is KAFTAN TVs Health Correspondent. And like she already said, pledge to have your dental floss in fact, littered everywhere, so on your table and your bedroom, everywhere. So immediately you finish eating, make sure you brush your teeth very, very well.
Like, so give me one. I like that.
Ensure that you keep a very good oral health because it is not good for you to be talking and then we are trying to cover our nose. Oh, please, no, it's actually not right. So ensure you take a lot of water. Make sure you keep a very good hygiene. Like she said, visit your dentist regularly if you can, twice in a year. That works good too also. So it's not too early or too late to ensure you have a very good dental health or oral health. I'll see you again next time. I'm sure you must have been rightly educated, entertained, and informed. Keep watching The Conversation because you never know who my next guest will be or what I will be speaking of next. My name is Annabelle Oji. God bless you and yours. God bless Nigeria.